Hello students. So, how are you? I hope whatever I have told you till this time, whatever I have taught you till this time is perfect in your head. Today I am going to take a topic which is about plant reproduction. Alright? So, today's our topic is sexual reproduction in plant. Alright? So, now we have come across to a new thing, that is sexual reproduction in plant. But before starting the topic, I just want to know whatever I have told you about the DNA, was that clear to you? Alright, what I have told you about the DNA is that this is the cell, inside the cell there is nucleus and there is the DNA. If this process is mitosis process, one cell will divide into two parts, and if it is 2n in number, then both of the cell will be 2n in number itself. Okay, it will get duplicate, and two of the cell we are going to get the same. Alright, now if it is the meiosis process, and again the individual is, for example, this is one individual in organism, okay, and this is a two daughter cell, so both of them are going to have the similar structure, no changes in the structure. Alright, both of them are going to get the similar structure of the organization. Got the point? The organism is going to have the same organization and no complications. But if it is the sexual reproduction, alright, what is going to happen is that, for example, this is the mother cell and this is the father cell. Okay. Now what is going to happen is that if it is 2n in number, it will be n in number, n and n. Got the point? And same here, n, n. Alright. Now what is going to happen is that any of the 2n is going to get fertilized together. Alright. After fertilization or after mixing up of that, what we are going to get is that we are going to get an organism with both the characters. Okay, with both the characters. Now these process is known as meiosis. Got the point? So this is the thing that I have told you in the earlier lectures, that this is a kind of asexual reproduction. The cell division is of this type, and in the sexual reproduction, the cell division is of this kind. Alright. Today what we are going to see is that we are going to see sexual reproduction in plant. Okay. Sexual reproduction in plant. Again, a very interesting topic, as well as it is quite difficult. If you are going to see it, if you are going to learn it first time, then it is going to be a difficult task for you. But once you are going to see, for once, for twice, for thrice, if you are going to learn it, then definitely it is going to be a very easy topic. Alright, plants are generally easy in nature. Okay, so sexual reproduction in plant. Sexual reproduction in plant. Okay, so how the plants are actually going to reproduce here, we have to see that. Okay, so before starting the topic, I just want to know whether you guys know which is the sexual part in a plant. Okay, so if I am going to draw a diagram of a plant, okay, so this is a flower. Alright, now the stem, the leaves, the roots are the vegetative part, of plant. Yes or no? Yes. In the asexual reproduction, in the vegetative propagation, we have taken these three in consideration. I have told you, I have given you an example of rose. How does this rose actually grow into a new individual? Then I have given you an example of leaf, that is the bryophyllum. And again I have given an example of root. Root can be of any type, like carrot root or the rhizomes I have told you. Alright, these were the kind. But I haven't told you about the flower. So do you know that in plant the sexual part is the flower. The sexual part of plant is the flower. Okay, this is the reproductive part. This is the reproductive part of a flower, of a plant. Okay, flower is the reproductive So what we are going to do today is that we are going to pick this flower up. First of all, I am going to describe you the structure of flower, and after that I am going to describe you how actually the flower get fertilized. Okay, so today we are going to see first of all the parts of flower. Okay, and let me tell you the flowering plants, some plants are not flowering in nature. The flowering plants are actually the advanced plants. Alright, flowering plants are the advanced plants which they have, they even plants know that sexual reproduction is so important for them. Hence they have developed this colorful, bright, very beautiful flowers in them, so that they can also reproduce sexually, and they can also grow in their species and in their varieties, variabilities, and can survive. Alright, so let us go ahead with the parts of the plant. Alright, so here we are going to have the parts of the flower. So if I am going to draw a flower, I would like to draw it from the blue color, and I will also take a red color marker. Okay, alright, fine. So okay, then we have got the point? Then like this, then like this, like this, like this, and like this. Okay, so this is the flower, LS of flower. This is LS of flower. Alright, first of all I am going to name the LS of the flower, and then we will move ahead. Okay, so what is this colorful part? The colorful part of the flower is known as the petals. The colorful part of the plant is known as the petals. Alright, then the green color part, you must have seen, if you see a brinjal, okay, this is a brinjal. So these part you must have seen, or the rose. In the rose also you must have seen like this part. This is the rose. So this green color part is there. Okay, so this green color part is the sepal. Okay, this is known as the sepal. Alright, now there is a part, a bulgy part out of this, a bulgy kind of part is released from this, the sepal. This is known as the thalamus. Okay, and the holding part through which the stem through which the flower is held is known as peduncle. Okay, this is known as the peduncle. Alright, now this part is known as, I'll rub this because I have to write it here. This is known as the anther, and this is known as the filament. Okay, now what is this anther and what is this filament? Have you ever seen a hibiscus flower, jasmine or the China rose? If you see it, अगर आप उसको pluck करोगे, if you pluck it and you carefully see the flower, you must have seen some yellowish type of structure in that. Okay, this kind of structure is there. Okay, and this is the thing you know about the hibiscus. Okay, China rose, and this is the structure. Yellow color structure is present over here. Okay, so this yellow color structure is nothing but the anther. Okay, I will tell you what it is, but first of all I just want to describe this. Okay, so this is the yellow color structure is the anther, and through which the anther is actually being held is known as the filament. These both together are known as stamen. These both together are known as stamen. This is the male reproductive part. Male reproductive part of the flower. Got the point? Okay. After that, this is known as the stigma. Okay, this is the stigma. This is known as the style. Okay, this is known as the ovule, and this part is known as the egg, and this all together known as the pistil. This all together is known as the pistil, and this is the female reproductive part of a flower. Got the point? Oh, okay, got the point? Now what we have to do is that we actually have to study the sexual reproduction in this plant. Okay? Now, before starting the sexual reproduction in this plant, I want to tell you about some terminologies from which you should get familiar with it. So the first terminology is unisexual flower. Unisexual flower. Unisexual flower is the flower in which only one reproductive part is present. Alright? Only one reproductive part is present. For example, the plant papaya. Alright? The plant papaya is actually having only one reproductive part. Got the point? Okay. To explain you what is a unisexual plant, I would like to actually draw a diagram. I'm just going to rub this out. I will make it again for you guys. Okay. Now I am rubbing this out, and I will tell you about what is unisexual flower. Based on the sexes, all the reproductive part, based on the reproductive part, plant is divided into two parts. Okay, plant is divided into two parts. So the two parts are, first is the unisexual flower. Okay, unisexual flower. Second is the bisexual flower. Okay, so unisexual flower means when only one reproductive part is present. When only one reproductive part is present. Okay, when only one reproductive part is present in what? In the plant. For example, papaya. Now I just want to share one thing for this plant papaya. What had happened is that during my job, during my this job time, one of my co-teachers, she asked me that so during the course of my job profile, one of my co-teachers, she asked me कि रेणुका, ऐसा है कि मेरे घर में एक पपीता का पेड़ है. ओके, पर उस पपीते के पेड़ में अभी उस पपीते के पेड़ को काफ़ी साल हो गया, बट स्टिल यार उसमें पपीता लगता ही नहीं है. सो आई सेड मैम, हो सकता है कि वो मेल प्लांट हो, इसलिए उसमें पपीता लगता ही नहीं है. शी गॉट अमेज्ड, शी गॉट कंफ्यूज्ड. व्हाट आर यू सेइंग रेणुका? आई एम नॉट गेटिंग द पॉइंट. I said I will explain you what had happened. So I just want to give you an example with a diagram. Okay, so this is the papaya plant. Okay, this is the papaya plant. Now what happened in this papaya plant? What is happening in her papaya plant is that there is no fruit. Okay, there were flowers, but there was no fruit. So I said that this is the male papaya plant. Okay, now what is going to happen is that beside that there is going to be a female papaya plant. Okay, now what exactly is happening is that it is also getting a flower, it is also getting a flower. Okay, both of them are blooming a flower, but what exactly is happening is that this flower only having the male reproductive part, and this flower is only having the female reproductive part. Got the point? So what is going to happen? It is going to produce the anther, and it is going to produce the ovule. So this anther is going to flew towards this, and this is only the flower which is going to get fertilized, and this is only the plant which is actually going to have the papita. This is only the plant which is actually going to get the papita. Got the point? So the male plant, when there is a farming of papita also, papaya, the papaya farming, this farmers now they have to sow both of them. For example, only male plants, okay fine. For papita he has sown only female plant. But for female plant, anther has to come here now for fertilization. So what the farmer has to do? The farmer has to actually sow both the plants. The male plants they sow in very less amount because anthers are in numbers. Anthers are producing n in numbers. So what they are going to do is that they actually for every 10 papaya plant they sow only 5 male papita plant. Got the point? So this is the one thing. So what do you mean by unisexual? Unisexual plant. Unisexual plant is actually the plant which is having only one reproductive part, either male or female. As we are having, we humans are also unisexual because male and female both are in different categories. Okay. Same with this. You can just go ahead with the contrast of this bisexual. Now you can guess what is bisexual. Bisexual when both the sexes are present in the same plant. When both the sexes are present in the same plant. So, or instead of sexes, write reproductive part. Okay, reproductive part. When both the reproductive parts are present in the same plant, then at that time it is known as the bisexual flower. So you can see enormous number of bisexual flower. Unisexual flower are very less in number, but bisexual flower you can go ahead with the bisexual flower in any case. All right. Now I will give you an example of bisexual flower is hibiscus, as I have told you. Okay. Hibiscus is one of the example of bisexual flower. In bisexual flower, both anther and egg, pistil and stamen both are present. All right, got the point? So they can fertilize. Self fertilization is they can go ahead with the self fertilization kind of thing. All right. So got the point? Whatever I have told you about the structure of flower. Structure of flower consists of petals, sepal, peduncle, thalamus. All right. Then male part, that is the stamen. Stamen consists of anther and filament. Then pistil consists of stigma, style, ovule and egg. Okay. Then I have come to two terminologies. First was unisexual, second was the bisexual one. Okay. Unisexual is when only one reproductive part, that is the example of papaya, and bisexual is when both the plants, both the sexes are on the same flower. Got the point? So this was about this. Alright. In the next session what I am going to do is that I am going to take the flower and I am actually going to tell you how they fertilized. Okay. How the male part produced the pollen grains. I will tell you what is pollen grain, how the pollen grain flew towards the stigma and how they fertilize with each other and what is going to happen after fertilization. This also I am going to tell you. Okay. So I hope whatever I have told you, it was a very short video, but whatever I have told you was an interesting part for you, and you have been gone through this. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Thank you. Bye.